Hey everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. Today I'm joined by Edward, who is a head of technology at Tyro Payments in Sydney. Firstly, before we get into today's questions and dive deep into Edward's experience as a leader, I'll get our guest to introduce himself. Edward, I'll pass it to you.
Thanks, Matt. I'm happy to be here. My name is Ed. I've been in technology all my career, and I've been in the people leadership role for the last 15 years. I'm happy to be here as always, and let's get it started.
What's the one piece of career advice you wish someone had given you when you were starting out?
The best kind of question. Hindsight is 2020, isn't it? If I can go back in time and tell my young self, I would tell myself to step outside of my bubble and be helpful. What I mean by that is when you're starting your career, you tend to stay within your bubble while you're learning, and you try not to be, meddle in other people's affairs and whatnot. So my advice would be step outside of your comfort zones, get to know the business, understand how the business works, talk to people outside your department, try to be helpful, and this will actually help you in the long term. And at the very least, you get to know people who may be able to advance your career, could be a mentor, right? So that would be, the only or the best thing I could say to my young self.
Can you share a pivotal moment in your career journey that made a significant impact?
So when I said about stepping outside of a comfort zone and getting to know people, this actually works out, and it worked out beautifully in my first senior leadership role. So a few years back, there were two departments merging. And then when one bigger department assumes or takes over the second department, normally there will be a lot of jobs you would get restructured, you would get pushed out, and normally a new leader will be chosen from the bigger department. But I've built good rapport with my colleagues from the other side, the other department. I've built good working relationships, and when the merger happened, I was actually tapped on the shoulder to lead the combined engineering teams from the two departments. So these do work out, and it seems like a natural thing to do. So build up your rapport with your other colleagues, step outside of your comfort zone, get to know people, build relationships. It will work out.
Yeah, so it all worked out for you. It sounds like. And how did that?
And look, the worst you can do is you make lifelong acquaintances or colleagues, right? Nothing to do is by stepping outside of a comfort zone and getting to understand their pain points, trying to be helpful.
How do you approach challenges and setbacks in your professional life, and what's your go-to strategy for overcoming them?
Everybody's career journey will not be a linear one, I would say. Mine certainly wasn't. I had my first leadership role maybe 2 or 3 jobs ago. It didn't really work out. I felt like I didn't belong, and then I actually stepped sideways towards a more technical role. So I think my advice would be not to be too hard on yourself. Be retrospective and see what works, what doesn't, right? Your current path may not be your ultimate path. Speak to your mentors, speak to your colleagues, actually find the strength, areas that you are good in, and actually pursue that area. Don't be afraid to step back and go sideways to move forward. Do not take challenges as a setback. Think of them as opportunities. Go sideways. Have a try. If you don't like it, you can go towards your old path again. So, and I think the best support structure is outside of your mentor at work, are your family, your friends, to take things into perspective, right? They will be able to tell you, oh, you've done so well so far. Your career is taking a bit of setback. That's okay. Look at what you've done in the last 10 years. You're stepping sideways to move forward, right?
Yeah.
Taking things into retrospective and leaning on your family support, personal support, work support is key.